session. So welcome for the another class. So today we are going to study regarding true experimental study design. Last class we have seen quasi-experimental design and pre-experimental designs. So what is exactly the true experimental design, study design? So a true experiment is a type of experimental design and is thought to be the most accurate type of experimental research. We have seen different research, but when it comes to the true experiment research, so here experiment is most of the trusted, and because the data is very accurate, because the whatever study we are doing, we are analyzing it through hypothesis and using statistical analysis. So because of using statistic and hypothesis, the data whichever we are generating, that is going to be more accurate. So a true experiment is also thought to be only experimental design that can establish cause and effect relationship. We have seen different approaches, but totally depends on the type of study we are doing. But when it comes to the uh, true experimental design, so here it is exactly establishing the relationship, what is the cause and how it is affecting, and what is the relation between that cause and effect relationship. So true experimental research relies on statistical analysis to prove or disapprove the hypothesis. So we have seen whenever we are designing a research, so before the once the problem is identified and research design we do, we establish the hypothesis. So whether the hypothesis is true or false, okay, whether it is the related or not related, whether it is null hypothesis or not. So analyze this. So we use statistical analysis here to just check whether the hypothesis going to be proved or going to be disapproved. So making it the most accurate form of research. So one of the type of the experimental design, only true design can establish cause and effect relationship within the group which we are studying or analyzing, or the population which is there. So in a true experiment, three factors need to be satisfied. These are most important one. So there is a control group. Okay, what is control group? Which won't be subject to changes, and an experimental group which will experience the changed variable. So one is where control group and another one is the experimental group. So what exactly the control group does, which won't be subject to changes. It is not going to change the control group we are studying. And there is an experimental group, so which will experience the changed variables because of adding or interviewing some experiment. So a variable which can be manipulated by researcher, and a random distribution will work over here. We use random distribution. So this experimental research method commonly occurs in physical science most of the time. So criteria that must be met in a true experiment is, the first is control group and experimental group, researcher manipulated variable, and randomization. So which we have seen these three aspects over here. And coming to the control group and experimental group. So true experiment must have control group. Okay. So what is control? Which is a group of research participants that resemble the experimental group but do not receive the experimental treatment. Okay, there will be two groups we will be studying and comparing. So control group will be in the participant. So they are the research participant, but on them there is no experiment is going to be done. And the another one is the experimental group, where the group of research participants who receive the experimental treatment. Okay, we will study something on it and we can add some experiment on it. So then later on we will study both of them. So that is the experimental treatment. True experiments must have at least one control group and one experimental group. Obviously, that has to be there to compare it. So though it is possible to have more than one experimental group, that also can be done. But at least there should be one control group and there should be one experimental group also. Now research manipulated variable. So variable that can be manipulated, that can be increased or decreased. So in true experiment, the researcher has to change or manipulate the variable that is hypothesized to affect the outcome variable that is being studied. So the manipulation means changing the variable or increasing or decreasing. So the variable that the researcher has control over is called the independent variable, because we can change it or we can manipulate it. The outcome or effect that the research is studying is called the dependent variable. Okay, because of the independent variable, whatever outcome is going to come, that will become dependent variable. So dependent variable is also called the outcome variable. For example, if I say total production, that is dependent variable. Now, total production is dependent on what? Okay, that is totally dependent on how much input we are adding, how much raw material we are using, how much process we are doing, and how many labors we are using. So because of adding this independent variable, we are getting the dependent variable, that is the production. Or if we say total cost, so total cost is dependent variable. And which are the independent variable? That is increasing or decreasing the variable cost. That is totally variable in nature. So the researcher does not manipulate the dependent variable. They just change the independent variable. The third aspect is the randomization. So each research participant must have an equal chance of being assigned to each sample group. So this is the randomization. There should be an equal chance being assigned to each sample group, whichever we are choosing. It should not be like changes. So some in one group we are having 2, 3, or in one group we are having only 2, one group we are having 1. No, there should be an equal chance. Research participants have to be randomly assigned to either the control or experimental group, whichever 2 groups we are having to have the research or study. Now, if you look at the example of true experimental study, hypothesis. So drug X cause decrease in anxiety level. So this is the hypothesis we are self-checking. So here independent variable is drug X, because we can increase the dose or we can decrease the dose. Either you can have more tablet or you can have less tablet. So that is the manipulation, increase or decrease. Now the dependent variable is anxiety level, because we are using the dose. So anxiety level totally dependent on the drug X. So sample population 600 people with anxiety, they have gone for checking or experimental. So 200 are a control group, okay, placebo, and 200 are experimental group, that is group 1, and they have received only 100 mg dose of X daily. And the third group, that is again experimental group, they have received 250 mg of dose of X daily. And here we are using the randomization. Okay, so first group, that is control group, and second and third group are experimental group. And in experimental group, for one group we are using 100 mg, and another group we are using 250 mg. So when we check the curing people, number cure are 10. So no cure are 190 out of 200 within 3 months. When we use 100 mg, curing people are 90 and no cure are 110. So within 3 months. But when we have used 250 mg of dose, so here the cure is 190, where the size is increased, no cure is just 10, and within the 3 months of time. So the time period we have allotted here is 3 months. We have control group for which there is no dose is given, and we have experimental group 1 where we have just given 100 mg, and we have third group where we have given 250 mg. So this is the cause and this is the effect. And now we can compare with the control group to the experimental group, that if we give drug X, and which it will causes decrease in the anxiety level. So that hypothesis is proved statistically. So this is the example for it. Now types of true experimental study: post-test only design, pre-test post-test design, and Solomon 4 group design. So post-test only design, this is, I think we have seen in our last topics also. So this type of design has 2 randomly assigned group, an experimental group and control group. So neither group is pre-tested before the implementation. Okay, so no pre-test is taken there of the treatment. So the treatment is applied to the experimental group and the post-test is carried out on both the groups to assess the effect of the treatment or manipulation. Either they have increased the dose or decreased dose. So this type of design is common when it is not possible to pre-test the subject. For example, a population is not ready to p-test that number of people we are having, but we can have that the patients which are coming to the doctor, then he can have a check. That can be done. Okay, so this is sometimes it is not possible. Then the researcher go for the post-test only design. So this is the RR, that is R is randomization. Okay, the one is post-test experimental and X is the intervention, that is nothing but the experiment we are doing on it. And O2 is the post-test in control. One is control group and another one is experimental group. And the X is intervention. For group 1, 0, 1, we are experimenting. That is the sign of X, that is the experiment group. But for O2 group, we are not experimenting because it is the control group. Pre-test, post-test design. So here we are doing the study before doing any experiment, okay, or any intervention we are doing. So the subjects are again randomly assigned to either the experimental or the control group. So both groups are pre-tested for the independent variable, check how much the level they are having and what exactly the situation is. And then the experimental group receives the treatment and both groups are post-tested to examine the effects of manipulating the independent variable on the dependent variable, whether it has its effect or no, not having any effect on it. So you can just check this. So there is randomization 0, 1 and 0, 3. So 0, 1 is pre-test experiment. What is the level of to whom we are doing the experiment? And 0, 3 is again pre-test in control to check how what was the situation before intervention. But for control group, we are not doing any intervention. Only we are doing intervention to the experimental group. And then we will compare both the groups. So X is the intervention here. So then after that, we will go for the post-test experimental after the intervention. But for the control group, there is no any intervention we are doing. We are just doing it for the experimental. Then later on, we will compare the results. Solomon 4 group design. So this is subjects are randomly assigned into one of 4 groups. Okay, we are taking 4 groups here, but subject is one of 4 groups anyway, randomly. So there are 2 experimental groups and 2 control groups. So only 2 groups are pre-tested, not all. So one pre-tested group and one unprotested group receive the treatment. So all groups will receive the post-test. So simple that 2 experimental, 2 control. And in 2 experimental, so for one we will doing pre-test also, post-test also. But for another experiment group, we are just going for the post-test. So the effect of dependent variable originally observed are then compared to the effects of the independent variable on the dependent variable as seen in the post-test results. So this method is really combination of the previous 2 methods and is used to eliminate potential sources of error. So this is the combination of both the method, that is pre-test post-test design and post-test only design. So adding both the two, so we can go for Solomon 4 group to reduce the error. And coming to the comparison between true experiment design and quasi experiment. So true experiment emphasizes on internal validity. Okay, the internal validity of the data. But when we check with the quasi experiment, it just emphasizes on external validity. So assess cause and effect in related to artificial environment for true experiment. But quasi is describe real and natural occurring events. And true experiment is test clear a prior hypothesis. So clear or exploratory hypothesis. So here we are using priori hypothesis and test clear hypothesis, but there we are using the clear or exploratory hypothesis. Now, participants randomly assigned, but here there is non-equivalent groups. Okay. or here we are having the control group and we are having the experience group. Participants and experiments blind to assignment, they don't know. So existing group, non-random assignment is there in the quasi experiment. Participants are not blind because they know it, and there is a self-selection from the research side. True experiment, control, study, procedure. Okay, so manipulate independent variable. So that is the nothing but increase the dose or decrease the dose, or control procedure and measures. But when it comes to the quasi experiments, here may not be able to manipulate the independent variable. So that we have seen in our last class. We cannot manipulate the independent variable, and partially control of procedures and measures. So these are the difference between true versus quasi experimental designs.